What you mean is so mysterious? Good morning, Chris. Or good day. How was your day so far? I have a feeling that I forgot to plan the tweet for the day. It's seems like a recurring theme for me, but not sure. Denny, hi. Good morning. What then? Yeah, I do I have a scheduled post? Yeah, nah, I don't. Hmm. I always try to schedule my tweets because that's easier to manage or to grasp or to whatever. Um, but you know, classic things. Larkham, hi. What do you mean you have ads? What happened? Did you not? Uh, you bitch. I will end your family. I don't know. Do something about it. Sorry. Twitter is just not my friend right now. Not my friend. Uh, Anywho, I think I forgot the light. That's what I forgot. Anyway, McDonald's again? Interesting. What do I use for scheduling? The regular things for scheduling tweets on Twitter from the desktop app. You can't use it on mobile, which is kind of sad. I wish you could, but you can't. And yeah, so basically, if you're here on desktop and you want to post something, you're like, oh, let's schedule a tweet. Then you define your date or whatever, you confirm the date at which you want it to go, and then instead of post, it would be scheduled tweet. And that's about it. Otherwise, I'm using Later, which is a better suite of apps for scheduling things. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Have I seen the beef between Design Joy and UI8? Yes. But I don't give a shit. Like, I see that people are beefing each other, specifically designers, all the time on Twitter for no fucking reason, and I understand that the envious of designers that can't achieve the same result that Brett has achieved are gonna call him names and say that is fake, which makes sense. But I mean, if you look at other millionaires in other industries, it's the same thing. Um, but also, like, once again, and Vila, hi, good morning, good day, how are you? How have you been? It's been a while. I will answer your question in a second. Um, the thing for me that is kind of weird is the fact that like, if he is willing to spend 10K on charity, if that happens, because he's lying, which is probably not the case. Like, 10K is not much if you have the clients that he have. So, I mean, 10K is 2 months of work from the same client for his subscription. And then again, when you see the progress of his pricing, he started at 400 and something, and then upgraded every year or every 6 months. I forgot how much. And then we ended up with the 7K a month subscription for pro members, which I don't know. It feels normal. It feels like a pretty good progression. So yeah, what do I think about the Figma dev mode? I don't like the fact that it's paid. I like it as a feature. I think it's a very good addition to the tool. However, the fact that it costs more than a yearly plan just to be able to have your dev see the design makes no sense to me. I think the dev mode is like $35 per seat per dev. And the regular Figma plan, like professional plan, is $14 per seat per designer, which is half. And the dev is going to do the looking at things in dev mode, but that's it. So it should be the other way around. Figma, don't listen to me. But we designers should pay $30 a month, and the dev should pay 14, like half of it, because they just use half. But technically, I mean, I wouldn't even bother. Like, I don't know. It's a feature of the app. It's just available. That's it. That's how I see things. But I don't know. Eh. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I mean, I have access to it, and it's not like this file is in a team available thing, and I can move into dev mode and have access to all the things and export shit, have plugins, whatever. And I'm just paying 160 per year. Whereas if I wanted Stony to be a dev and have access to that, he would need to pay, or I would need to pay 30, I think 35. Let me check though, because I'm maybe, bitch.
Jan Lunge just resubscribed for 5 months. Morning.
Jan, good morning. Thanks a lot for the resub. I appreciate it. 5 months, that's a lot. How are you? How's everything? Maddie, did you do some changes? Right? Advanced dev mode thing. I don't know. Looks like it's the same. You need to pay that. I think they changed their pricing things, so that makes sense. Good. Nonetheless, you have access to dev mode. Yes. Yeah, it's a little toggle switch. It's just like Shift D for switching from design to dev, which is kind of fun. Shift D to switch between the two. But Yeah. There's a title. Aha. Stream Deck Plus. The Stream Deck Plus is good. Um, I don't think I need more though. Yesterday I had a bit of a realization about my setup, as in I've said I can't use like a 14-inch because I need the USB ports. But then when I'm looking at my fucking Mac, I have the camera that is taking one of the USB ports and the dock that is taking one of the USB ports, and that's it. So technically, I could even go with a MacBook Air, like the latest Air M3. Get rid of that thing. um, hmm. I mean, you can use the knobs to activate hotkeys on OBS. No, no. Uh, I hate this. No one, no one, no one ever in their entire life have had a good work session in a bar, at a cafe, on the co-working. I mean, on co-working space maybe, but not here. If you tell me that this is your setup, my views of your skills down, non-existent. I know that the work that you're doing is so insignificant that you can do that at a restaurant. But I like people around you chatting, people around you coming in to give you your plates, you having your fucking Mac on the table, moving it around to ensure that the plates that you have ordered can be set next to the table. And the fact that when you do that, you can't have a fucking mouse, you can't have a keyboard, you need to use your trackpad to do your work. You, for some reason, you need to have a call with someone, you are disturbing the entirety of the restaurant or the cafe. It is the most utterly I don't like it. Can you tell I don't like it? I hate it. It's just, it makes no sense. Trackpad is, I mean, I've been working with a trackpad for a long time, but it's just not good. If and Denny, if you're saying that the vibe of the restaurant marble, then don't take that picture as a reference for the dream. Like, that's not the dream. In the bathroom, Maddie? Mm-hmm. I see. I don't know. I don't know how SK is doing the working at a coffee shop type of work session. It's just, it makes no sense to me. So yeah, like it's just for me. If I'm working at a coffee shop or thinking about working at a coffee shop, already thinking about it is pissing me off. Even though, like even now, thinking about not working remotely is pissing me off. Just because the space I have, the ability that I have to get good mic, good camera, everything is set up as I like it. If I need to like to move half of the week from here to the office, from the office to here, I need to fumble shit around. And I don't know, it's just fucking annoying. Like when we, in 2019, when, I mean 2019, 2020, 2019, whatever, when COVID started, we moved from in office to fully remote because, right, regulation, whatever. And then when the country reopened and you could go back outside, whatever, um, we started to look for co-working space. I have been to the co-working space twice. One to say goodbye to one of the employees, and a second time because some of the dev that was working there needed me to show them something, and it would have been like not really working through Discord. Twice in 3 years almost. The thing is, the co-working space that we have in France are co-working office space. So you technically have closed door offices for multiple companies. So you have a floor with like 15 companies, but they all have like a full enclosed environment for them. So that works, but it just makes no sense to me. I don't know. Yeah. And I'm not even calling that a co-working space. Or I'm not even calling that working. I'm calling that a workshop. If you have a workshop, yeah, be in a space that fits you and have a workshop. But if it's like everyone scattered around the same room, working on the same thing but not talking, what's the fucking point? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anywho, yeah, yeah. A lot of people can't even if they are not with like spouses, kids, friends, all that, they are alone. They can't because they don't have the mental capacity to focus on something and push themselves to stay working. So they know that they will start working at 9 and then go eat breakfast and then, oh, it's 3. And that's what the day has been, and that's about it. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Um, the company that we had, or the company that we ditch. Sorry, 1 second. Which you probably have heard of them. Maddie, hi. Good morning. Good day. We use WeWork for offices as remote offices type of thing. And so the huge benefits of WeWork is the the company itself has offices everywhere, and you can just once you are listed as a beneficiary and someone that can use that, you can just move around and wherever, meaning that when they had the office in France, I could move to the office in Japan when I was in Japan and still have a co-working space available if I wanted to. I'd rather stay at home, but yeah. Always worked remote? No. No, 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 no. In the beginning of my career, remote job were not a thing that existed. So, no. Technically, since 2020, I've been full remote since 2020, and even though they have tried to put me back in an office, I said no. I said I'm not gonna move my PC, my Mac, my screens. Nah. So, yeah. If you're traveling a lot, it's really useful because they have like they really have location everywhere. Like you have 29 right there, 29 in Tokyo, one in Yokohama. You have one in Kyoto. No, somewhere here. One in Kyoto and Osaka. You have everywhere in Japan, but then you also have the ability to just say, I'm traveling to France. I'm traveling to Germany. I'm traveling to Sweden. And you still have a place to work, so it's pretty neat. But yeah, um, you have to bring your own computer. So it's a co-working space. It's just a space where you can land if you want. One of the huge benefits that I have is that my bank give me a subscription for free for 1 year. So I haven't used it, but if I wanted to, I could use that benefit for the first year, if co-working space were interesting to me, which is not the case. But yeah. Um, and yes, Manny, I live right here. Not right there, but like close to right there. Right here. Technically around there, but yeah. Central Japan, I mean Central Japan, Central Tokyo space. Way too expensive of space to be there, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, this is way too expensive. Um, they don't have devices, no. The co-working space are basically tables and booth and conference rooms that you can access. So it's just the business model, if I can explain that. They own the building, or at least they rent the building, or they own the building, whatever. And then they make you pay, I forgot how much per month. And they have a certain amount of seats available. And it's the same usual thing as like gym membership. So if you overbook or have way more subscribers than seats, you plan on the fact that some of them will never show up or will show up when others are not there, whatever. So that's the idea. But yeah, they just have buildings and chairs and tables and booths and conference rooms. Then you can go there, work there if you need to, and yeah. So yeah, I think it's good if you have like uh how can I say that? If you really need to work on something and you need the space, like you need the environment because you are someone that needs the body doubling type of thing, where if you see someone else working, then that pushes you to work more or to work. And one of these space can be useful. But for me, Um, I I think if you are like traveling and you just have like a MacBook Air or a Chromebook or whatever that is enough for you to do your work, you're not. I mean, I wouldn't go into an office space to work. I would go into, I don't know, my hotel room. If I'm just traveling, like I would stay in my hotel and do the work that I need to do in there and be good. That's technically what I did when I came here one of the first time in November of 2019. Yeah, basically I did that. I came here and then I just with my ex we decided to travel, and then on that travel plan thingy, there was a meeting at work because I said that I was working during the day, and good job, Malcolm. And and then at one point I was like, yeah, let's have a call, no issues, and I did that in the hotel room, and it was fine. So I don't know. Mm, Denny, I don't think you understand, or maybe you're talking about something different. But WeWork is not a product company. WeWork is a office company. That's it. But then again, to your question, um, the I mean, if the company doesn't provide devices, like I would rather my next company to not provide uh, a laptop just because I have mine. Like I don't see the point. It's I know security, blah blah blah, all of that, but uh, my computer has been set up. It works. It's perfect for what I use, for what I do, and I can work from that. And then you're telling me that the company that I'm working for is gonna buy the exact same machine, or maybe the earliest one, like the latest one that has popped in, for like 6K, because these bitches are expensive, and then I'm not gonna use my computer, or I'm supposed to use my computer on the weekends, but not the company computer on the weekend when it's more powerful. No. So just keep your money, put that into a bonus, like a sign-up bonus, instead of giving me a new computer. Just give me money, and that will be fine, and that's it. I would rather they do that. Um, but yeah, drop to GIF, like him. If you're on Mac, I don't know if you know that. Let me see if I can sign that. I think this is also a French person. Um, yeah, my Chris, my boss, my previous boss, tried to do that at some point. Like, I was using my personal computer, like not the company computer. I was using my personal phone because the company doesn't provide phones. And then at some point, they said, in order to connect to Slack, you need to add the Google services, whatever profile that help us ensure that your device is secure. And I was like, what can you do with that? And they could wipe my device, lock my device, see everything I do, even if I'm not using the company apps, um, and I think send text and emails from my device. And I was like, okay, cool, not adding the profile. And then they got surprised when I couldn't answer Slack messages from my phone because, well, it's not on my phone. And and then on my computer, it was like, yeah, it's not on my computer either. Like I can send you emails because I'm connected to the profiles on Chrome and I'm using Arc, so that's fine. But I just removed everything, and they were like, "We can't have access to you." I'm like, "Yeah, obviously." You want a thing that can wipe my own device? No, give me like a company phone, a company laptop, and maybe I can install that. But yeah, kind of no good. I wish Kat could be here because I love the title of the stream today, but yeah, it's also kind of weird. Like I know that the company that I'm applying for today, or not today, but like the company that I'm currently in the talk with, I have doubts. Um, I, they say in the description, let me just check without showing you. Bitch, what do you mean? Oh, Notion is down. All right, cool. Um, they say that they provide like the latest devices, whatever, but I don't want them to. It just makes no sense to me. Specifically because I know that the Apple event, usually like the About Now Apple event that will release that will release new iPad, technically, probably new MacBook Pros, because that's the time. Maybe we'll see. Will implies that this one is going to be replaced, and my iPad is going to be replaced as well. So, like, it would be my own. I don't want to something different. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It is kind of weird to me. Anywho, talking about applying to jobs, I woke up. I mean, not really, but like I woke up with 6 emails of different recruiters saying that they have a position that I could potentially fill. 6. God damn it. So I applied to everything. We'll see. Maybe I'll have a job. I doubt it. Like the one that is really, really fun to me is the girl from like 2 weeks ago that really rushed me on a Thursday. As in, oh, we have this position. It looks like you'd be a great fit. Um, can I have like, are you interested? I said yes. Cool. Can I have this? Like the whole list of data that we needed to have. And I said, yeah, cool. Answer all the questions, send all the files, and then Friday night. Cool. Thanks a lot for replying. Keep an eye out for your line, which is like WhatsApp, whatever, and your emails for recruiter emails. That was 2 weeks ago. I have no news since then. It makes no sense. And you get them to evaluate the price of your current Apple device so you can take money off of the new device you buy. Yes. technically I do that. It's also kind of weird because the replacement thing, Denny, is really not good when it comes to um, monetary exchange. As in the MacBook Pro that I have right now, if I wanted to do a trade in, I think that's how they call it, they would give me somehow 20% of what I paid. Whereas if I sold it myself on eBay or whatever, I would probably be able to get 70% of what I paid pretty easily. Though, because I paid things in euro, the difference from euro to yen means that already I'm kind of losing 25%. So I would be able to resell it for like 50%, which is already better than what Apple would give me, but still not the greatest. Do you pretty much have to leave Japan now since you didn't get far enough in the interview process already? No, not yet. So my visa is like May 13th, ends on May 13th. So I technically have a month and a half, 2 months ish, to start the process. I think, and I am unsure about that, but I think if the application for visa, like work visa, is started and I'm in the country and my current visa ends, I can stay on a temporary work visa type of thing because I will have the work visa like later. But I'm hoping for them to give me an answer before the end of the month. So somehow next week having the last two interviews, like if we could do that on Monday or Tuesday, that would be great. And then getting an offer at the end of the week or getting something else the week after that, like really the last week of March, so that we can start the procedure. That could be good. The main reason why I think it could be good is because the company itself is really big, as it's big Japanese finance institution, and so they have the ability to move the embassies a bit faster than if it was like a design studio somewhere in Japan that just is hiring for 6 months, and that's a thing. So yeah, I'm not living just yet, but I could. Um, I could. Um, and yeah, Chris, that is 100% the case, and I hate it. If I wasn't born and raised on macOS, I would be on Windows, 100%. But I hate Windows every time I use it. It's good. It has some perks and some benefits and all of that, but it's just bad. It is just bad. And then you had a strategic email right now. Now it's not really beneficial for me to like nudge the headhunting firms. Like I tried on the previous ones and that made no difference. So I don't know. I don't know. Like him, the joke is Cat is extremely small. She's not that small, but she's small. So it's going to be a short one today. As said, I've started to have a headache on Sunday morning. It's still there since Sunday morning. I've been popping pills twice a day to make it be fine, but it's not working. And then I tried many times. I tried Linux, I tried GNOME, Ubuntu, and what was the other one? I think I tried Kali at some point. Uh, Obviously, uh, but I always go back to macOS. Like it's it's just not good for me. Like Linux is really um, I think Windows is a good operating system. I think most systems are good operating system if you're just using them as a user. If you're using them as a power user, they are all bad. Like if you're just casually using Linux, like Ubuntu base without doing anything to it, and you know your way around, you're good. Like you don't really have much to do. Windows base, like Windows 11, you don't have much to do or much to set up. Good. Mac OS base, nothing to set up. Great. Like it's good. As soon as you start to go into power user territory, you're like, oh, I need to add that thing to make sure that this thing works, to ensure that that works, to I hate it. Yeah, Chris, I said the same thing about using Figma on Windows. I have a Windows PC at home in France, and I tried to use Figma on Windows. I cannot. Nothing makes sense. It's the shortcut just don't work the same way, and my muscle memory on my keyboard is just like fucked. So I can't do that. Related to your frequent visit to the hospital, not really. It's just my regular headaches. I've been having headaches since I've been 10. So that happens. Yeah. Mm, last time I used affinities. I think the last time that I used affinity products was 2 to 3 years after they were released. Max. So probably 20. Let me check. Yeah, probably 2017, 2018. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, like you heard that right since then. Um, yeah, but when you know where things are, Chris, I mean, you know, right? Command is here, control is here. And so my habit of using my thumb for like the shortcuts and all of that, instead of using my pinky for the shortcuts, it's kind of weird. Like I tried, as I said, I tried for shortcuts and all of that, but didn't work. So it is the same, but it's just like force of habit. And specifically because the rest of my ecosystem, the rest of my apps behave on Mac OS, it's kind of hard to get rid of a force of habit of shortcuts. Yeah, streaming directly from the Mac on in Japan. I thought multiple time about buying a tower, like a huge desktop PC to be able to just stream from the PC and then have the Mac for work, like I used to do in France. But if that's the same if that I said last time, but if I get a job soon here, and that soon job give me the ability to say it's a 3 years visa, and it's a hybrid position, meaning that you have a lot of days that are remote and a lot of days that are in the office, I will 100% buy a tower. Like, I will get and build a PC to make sure that I have all of the things that I need. Technically, in one of the case that is behind me, there is my SSD with my Windows install that contain my OBS install that contains all of the plugins and the apps that I need to have to run the stream. So I just need to buy a tower, buy a capture card, and then plug my SSD in, and I'm good. But that's only if I'm getting like a 3-year visa. If I'm getting a 1-year visa, I'm not gonna do that. Like, it's not good enough to me. Um, Jan, I have a question for you. Maybe you had said that in the past. How old are you? And how long have you been working with computers and phones? I have a feeling. I have a feeling, but I'm probably wrong. Um, hmm, interesting. So we are the same age and the same type of nerd, I guess. Um, I'm asking because you probably remember then. In the beginning of Android, we were all talking about ROM and having like custom ROM on your device and customize everything, change the fonts, change the icons, change the bootloader, change the animations, all of that. And that was the hype of Android. And then at some point, something happened for me, and it became not as exciting, as in the creation of the ROMs and all of the things that have been added kind of died. And nowadays, sometimes I'm going on XDA developers to see if there is like new ROMs for the fucking Oppo that I have to change that. And there's nothing. It's not fun anymore. It's not as good as it used to be. And technically since then, I kind of stopped caring about the customization of things, mainly because the phones that I'm using, Android, I'm on Android side right now, on the discussion. Uh, the Oppos and Xiaomi and all of my Chinese phone that I love have basically natively the customization option of ensuring that you have a cool icon pack for yourself, cool font for specific apps, and all of that is like native to the software, whereas the native bare Android experience, like the Google Pixel experience, all of that, has nothing for customization that are as good. So, or at least to me, they are not as good as the Chinese versions. Anyways, since then, the definition of what was good on desktop, like customization, I don't give a shit. Like, I think since 2017, 2018, my wallpaper has been a black screen wallpaper for everything, that there is less and less and less customization in my environment, other than potentially sometimes changing the icon of an app because it changed and it's less recognizable compared to the previous one. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Um, let me read chat. So you said it's complicated for what I do. It depends on what Adobe stuff you need. The custom image software instead of Bridge. Yeah, Krita seems to be pretty good, but I haven't really experimented with it anyways. If I get a 3-year visa, am I stuck with the company that provided the visa? Yes and no, Denny. Kinda. Almost. I think I am, in a way, as in I can't really leave easily. And if I wanted to job hop, I would need to find a new company, sign an offer, ensure that the visa procedure is started, and then like leave the company that I would be at. And so that would probably give me some sort of a 3 months leeway in between the two, as in I can give my notice period of 3 months, which is probably going to be the case in Japan. I haven't checked that, and then I can move. Though job hopping in Japan is really not viewed as a good thing. It is starting to be viewed as a good thing in the US and in Canada, but it's not here. In Japan, it's really common, and I think in Asia, but I don't know. But in Japan, it's really common to have someone that gets out of college and then enter a company, and that's it. That's his new home. So, yeah. Hey, Chico, hi, good morning. I saw your message go through about Cyanogen. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Usual question. Yeah, I love the Cardwin, hi. I love the fact that the new macOS settings are giving me the ability to have a solid color. Like we used to have image only, and in order for me to have like a black background, I needed to create like a black background in Figma or in Sketch at the time. But now it's just you have colors. It's cool. And yes, to your point, Chico. Am I pronouncing your name properly, Le Chico? Or it's Le Chico? Maybe you're French. I don't know. You're not French from Vietnam. That's not French, indeed. I mean, you said yep. Which yep it is. I think I have a fat ass delay. Hassan, hi. Welcome on in. Thank you for this 7 streak. Streak 7. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And you're French. God damn it. Oh, you're Ethiopian Canadian, so you can speak French and Spanish. God damn. Congrats. I can't do that. um, no, that makes sense. No worry about it. Um, but yeah, there was no point to, I mean, there is no point to customizing your own system anyways nowadays. I really have like a hard time with that. Um, how long till you can get a citizenship? The citizenship in Japan is after 10 years. Once you've lived there for 10 years, you are at a greater chance to get the citizenship, like the permanent resident visa. You can apply at 5, but it's hard. Like you need to prove so much shit after 5 years. Um, no, for the permanent resident, not the nationalization. Nationalization is 50 years, yes. if you wanna if you want to revoke your initial nationality and then become a Japanese, like Japanese national, Japanese citizen, Japanese person with a Japanese visa, the Japanese passport thingy, I think it's 50, yes. It's a bit annoying and long. And I do have to learn Japanese, yes. Yes, I need to learn Japanese for sure. Um, it's not impossible. There is one French guy, obviously a French, that decided to renounce his French citizenship, which is technically not feasible, but apparently it worked, to be able to get the Japanese citizenship and the Japanese passport faster. But he was retired. I think he went in Japan when he was like something like 46, 47, and then lived there for a certain amount of time, and then renounced his French citizenship and became Japanese. But yeah, it's kind of bad. Um, you clicked on software and dev, and I was talking about node stuff. So you stayed. That makes sense. That makes sense. So it's Chico. Le Chico. It's very French low. Um, and I am French, sadly. That you can probably hear that um, sometimes. But I live in Japan right now, for now, until I can't. I hope I can for a long time, but we'll see. Um, they don't allow dual citizenship. One of the huge benefits that I have as a French, once again going back to what I was saying, you that's really racist of us French people. But you can't renounce your French citizenship. If you've been French at some point, you will always be French in the eyes of the law. Even though if you go back and really apply to not be recognized as a French person anymore, all of that. So you can um, you cannot really not have the dual citizenship, but you're supposed to, like, Japan doesn't allow dual citizenship, and so if you have like a binational marriage, if the kid is born in France, for example, but then they have a parent that is Japanese, then the kid is also recognized as Japanese but French. So at some point they will have the need to like revoke one of their nationalities, and you can't do that if you're French. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Why? Sadly, because French are dumbasses. Most French are. Uh, there is a lot of issues with the French people, and as someone who is French and who has lived there for like 28 years, 29 years ish, um, I've seen all the things that make me hate France and the French as a general term. There are obviously some French that are good, but it's kind of rare. Kind of rare. So yeah, that's why, sadly, French. Because I have no choice. If I could do that and get rid of my French citizenship and become Japanese, I would. But I can't. But I can't. I think the the thing that most people don't understand when I say that is that France as a as a country is great. Um, the benefits of France, like all of that, great. The the laws that are protecting the workers, great. Sorry, the workers that are working in profitable industries, great. But um, the thing that is bad about France is the French people. The people, most of them, have this thing of racism that is ingrained into their own cells. It's dialed in, and yeah, it's just it is. It is the number one strike country in the world. Yes. And yeah, Chris, I know, and you probably can't hear me right now. COVID on pizza? Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the example that I give every time, but I can't get over the fact that French people in a small town, when there was an Arab couple that wanted to move to that town, all decided to put ham and pork product on their windows to put them away. Like that was the collective mind of the town to say we don't want Arab people in that town. So because we know that pork and ham and all of that is not good, they use that um, as a repellent, like garlic for vampires. No, it's not over romanced. It is a real thing. I can't tell you how I know. It was a neighborhood town from mine. So yeah, it makes no sense. The level of racism that we have in France is enough for me to just hate the entire country. As always, some people are good. Some people don't have that level of racism, but still, still. I need a drink, but it's empty. 1 second. Yeah, it's just like really, really weird what the French people are like letting themselves do in the in a way for racism to like be there. I don't know. Really weird. Anyways, no, the music is there. There is music in the background. The thing is, we have now audio ducking, so when I'm speaking, there is no music. But if I shut the fuck up, and obviously when I'm saying that, there is no fucking music when I'm like it's the quietest thing. It's not really for the headache, but yeah, it's just audio ducking. What's on the agenda today? Not much. Not much. It's a Friday, so if you have any design question, feel free to ask. That's what I'm doing. It's gonna be a shorter stream, so it will be a 3-hour streams at a minimum for sure, but not much more than that because I'm still having a fat ass headache for no reason. I mean, for no reason. There are reasons, but yeah. Let me tell you that right now. If you want to have longer streams with me, you just need to ask questions and reviews and all of that. If you ask a question about a topic that I'm passionate about, the headache disappear. It's kind of crazy. Um, Patience, hi, good morning. To accelerate transition from a for a card, want to take a look and see if you have a suggestion. Yes, please share a link, I guess, in Discord. So yes, I've been a UI UX designer for the past 14 years, and I've been a graphic designer for the past 18 total. So yeah, do that. You're in Vietnam. What do you mean coffee now? What do you mean? Oh, that first link that I didn't click on. Hmm. Hmm. You removed the pixelation Alpine JS thingy. Interesting. You added the text underneath the icon. I appreciate that. Um, I mean, the stream are not creating the headache. The lights are. I'm kidding. Um, that's right. That's right. That thing is buggy as fuck. Yeah, I mean, if I do right arrow, I'm getting so much stuff that I'm not supposed to see. I'm sad that I can't share with the stream though. That's kind of sad. Um, oh yeah, you wouldn't know about it. Like there is no record of that. I'm not sharing the cards. I'm not sharing the cards. Danny. Not yet. No spoilers, we said. Yeah, it is convenient. The reason why you can't have any source of that is because um, the thing happened, as I said, in a small village, like a small village of 20 peoples. Small village. To get how the diamonds have to grow apart. What do you mean get? I've heard about it because it's the village that is next to mine, yes. That's why I heard about it. And because I know the person that wanted to move there as well. I feel like it's buggy for multiple reasons. The fact that it's Figma animation, first of all, Danny, and then also because it's me being streaming um, and watching things that are supposed to have animation on top of them. That's complicated for my computer to keep up. So if you want more weight, put a put an ease in curve to the animation, or greater ease in on that expansion card. I think that would be better. Hassan, yes, 100%. You could attempt. Mm. Yeah, I know. So sad that you can't see what I'm looking at. I don't know. I have access to everything, Danny. Don't worry about it. I just don't have edit access on this one. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Whatever. Yeah, I think it needs to. If you need more weight, it needs to be slow to come apart. So it's the like. No, I don't need edit access. Um, the the think the thing that you can think about when you're creating the extraction of the shapes is gonna be let me just do that because I said I can't, but I can do that. Let me close that here and use this. Cool. You sent me a reference. 1 second. So you have this illustration, and the second point, right, that you are using is these blocks are just moved up. I think I made a mistake. Cool. So the thing that you want to do is in your prototype to just have that. Like if you click on the fucking shape, it will have your transition. If you do an is out, let's do a 1200 because that way we have the right position, and then do the same thing. I will kill people. I want to zoom in. Thank you. So it looks linear right now, right? Because it's really, really, really slow. And so what you want to do is either you do an ease in and out, or you do an ease in. So the ease in is going to be slow to pull things apart. So technically what it means is that it has weight and it needs more force to be able to just extract itself. And then same thing to go in. Ease in and out, like the regular thing that we do, will give you some sort of a similar thing, but it's not necessary. And what I could tell you to do is to have a custom
Chico is now following.
Bezier curve. Thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate that. So if you ensure that the ease in is like really strong, and then you could have a bit of an overshoot right here, you will get some sort of a bit of a bounce at the end, but it's going to be really fast. Right? So it's pulls apart as really needs force to extract, and then it needs to stay back and come back to the initial state. So playing with these and playing with the overshoot is really always fun because you can create weird shit with that. But you cannot do pure S. This one is going to be weird. That's fun. Maybe. I like the idea. I don't know how much of the subtle animation you can see on stream, though. It's pretty different, whatever. Shit. The benefit of custom spring, it can control mass at the start. Yes, if you do custom spring right here, you can define that. But I don't like it. Steen, hi. Welcome on in. Do you review website too? Yes, I do. I review anything. If you need review of something, please ask. That's all I want to do. Yeah, you can, if you can share the link on in chat, as long as you are willing to have everyone access it, all that, do that. That's fine. So I would highly recommend you, Danny, to just play with the custom Bezier. The real reason why I do prefer the custom Bezier thing is because the overall feasibility of that in code is easier than the Spring. But yeah, I do notice the neobrutalism. Yes. Redman, hi. Good morning. So yeah. But if that's the only one that you wanted to check, Denny, then we shall be good. Oh, you wanted to take that as an inspiration. I see. I see, I see, I see. Yeah, you can just copy the value inside of Framer and then you should have the right thing. Whereas the Spring is going to be a bit more tricky to get or to get right. I thought you would land on it, but you didn't. So let me click on that. I can't access that. Let me in. And Steam, yeah. Animation in Figma is really cool. As an example, because right, obviously, I can't not. One of the animations that we've done in the past with Fox is this one, which if you have never seen, is crazy. But that thing is animated in Figma. The entirety of the thing is animated in Figma. And yeah, illustration made in Figma, animation made in Figma, eyes following the cursor made in Figma, all that. And Fox is doing like a ton of things in the same way. So yeah, or used to at least. All right. I see some French. Give me some context. What do I need to know? And what type of thing do you need to know? Yes. Oh, it's different pages. Cool. He wants to be hired as a coach. All right. Is there like a specific one that you think is better than the other ones? Or one way when you are not entirely sure? I have a feeling that these are supposed to be images, but obviously right now they are gray blocks because you are still working on the layout, which will impact some stuff. And then from what I've seen here, you don't really have text right now. It's still some lorem. So just from far away, because, right, we are far away, there is a ton of data that will change when you have content. So, like tearing it down today when the text is not really defined or the illustration is not really defined is kind of it's not bad, but it's not really a good idea either. So, you know, we'll see. It could be too early, but if I just take a look at the layouts, because the content, the text, like that's a no. That's very French though. it's like I'm trying to reformat it in a way that makes more sense. But like coaching pour le développement personnel afin d'être plus positif, which is the French. It's complicated to grasp the language itself. So afin d'être is really not good. And if I'm just translating, yeah, I know it's Canadian French, which makes sense. Coaching for personal development. Like afin d'être is in order if you translate it in English, which is kind of weird. I think gain positivity through coaching would be easier to grasp for people. Like gagner en positivité avec le coaching ou avec notre coaching could be better. Because it would be, first of all, it would be shorter, a tad, and then it's so this is what we call the value proposition, the thing the people are supposed to get in and see in the first place. So all of that, it's important to have the people to just like understand what you're doing. Like gagner en positivité is pretty good. À travers, grâce, maybe. But if it's, I mean, you know what? I'm thinking Canadian. Yeah, you just need to put the grâce at the next line. Then you see how fast things are. that makes sense. So yeah, so that was the first thing that just jumped in my high eyes. That was like not a good idea. These are cute. I like the idea of bubbles, like floating elements, all of that. That's really cool. I don't know why these are the icons, but why not? Um, this is a 16 point. Nous allons développer chaque petit détail. Nous allons développer chaque petit détail en quelque chose de grand pour votre entreprise. That should work. That should work in terms of positioning, but yeah. The 200 plus, I've said that in the past. You good. ChatGPT for text is good. You just need to tweak it sometimes a teeny tiny bit to ensure that it's better. But this is, I know, but this is the most bullshit thing you can have. So 100% of satisfaction never happens. So what you can do is a 99.8% satisfactory like level. It's always a thing. Like it proves that you have a metric that is trained or that is checked often. That's the first thing. The 30 years of experience, perfect, on point, nothing to complain about. And then the 200 plus, is it 201? Is it 250? Is it 290? I don't know. So the plus is never a good idea for me. I think the satisfaction, you can keep the 200 range, but like if you do a 213, like that could be really fun because that way, that nah, like that could be better for me to see. Like yeah, 217 clients satisfied. That's good because then you have a new clients and then you sign a contract, and at the end of their contract they can see that on your landing page it goes to 218, and that proves that things are growing. So that's interesting. Anywho, I'm unsure about your color scheme. Like I have some doubts, mainly because of the background. Like it's a light gray thing that I don't really know. I mean, it's a red base gray, so I'm fine with it. It's based on the red that you are using for, or that you are taking from the logo, I think. So that's kind of fine, but it's debatable. It's a bit of taupe. You know that? Gray taupe, which is not the most appealing color. To be defined. Colors is to be defined. This is good. This is a good section overall. I could tell you to rotate these like 3 degrees, -5 degrees, 1 degree, to keep the fun that you had right there, to continue like in the next places. So you all right, I can check that. But yeah, just having like a bit of fun with the squares to continue, because you have the same thing underneath, and so you keep the theme throughout. Yes, like this throughout the page. So one of them would be like on from the right, one of them would be on the left, one of them would be like really subtle. Like it's just have fun with it. But that section is pretty good. That section is nice as well. I do recognize that pattern from the top, so that's a good rappel. I don't know how you say that in English. This text is going to be hard to read. GK, hi. Welcome on in. Reminders, yes. because there is a lot of text here. So I don't know if callback is, but yeah, callback, yes. Callback can work. How are you, GK? Other than the fact that you didn't land properly. That's pretty okay. Nothing to complain about here, other than potentially getting the corner with a bit of radius on your images, because your elements have like a bit of radius here and there. But maybe your image don't. I don't know. No, that's a detail. How's the job hunting thing going? Is it going? Is it not going? If you didn't get images just yet, but you know the vibe, I would highly recommend you to get something in. So for example, for me with Stony, we don't really have images defined, which this is now square for some reason. That's interesting. I need to fix that. These images are supposed to be like movies, TV show posters, things like this, but I don't have them. I don't have the rights to use them. So right now I just use like architecture shit, and that way I have something to display. It's not just an empty um, elements. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, I just fucked the entire thing. Um, didn't send a single application this week. Good. Or just use the Unsplash plugin. Like, it's technically what I'm doing here. Just going in there, using Unsplash, and then taking like, I don't know, architecture, taking one, and then changing that to another one, saying that this one is good, cool. This one was nice. It's really simple, and it doesn't take like a lot of time to think about it much. Because you have the Unsplash plugin that is available. Anyways, moving on. Testimonials is kind of fat, but that's fine. I think you have a bit of an issue. I mean, bit of an issue with your line height. Your font size is 31, so my line height would be 40 for me. But like, it seems a bit condensed. Same thing at this one. That's the reason why I said it would be a bit hard to read if you have that much text, because that's a lot of data in a very, very condensed zone. So I feel like it's kind of similar here, but that's debatable. And then you have your company logos things. Cool. So in terms of what we call proven patterns, or what I call proven patterns, the logos are going to be here most of the time. So they are social proof. Usually we put them at the top. It's debatable if it's really useful or not, but it's like, it's the position. Line height of 40 when you have a type of 31. So my type scale is 16, like 8 base, so 16, 24, 32, whatever. And what we do is usually you go the one up on your line height. So if you have a font of 16, you have a line height of 24. If you have a font of 24, you have a line height of 32. And then this font was like 31, so it would have been somehow 40 there, so 32, 40. That's the reason. The way that I put them in on this one is like this. Chico. That way you have, like, that's the regular pattern. You have your header, and then you have your logos, and then you have other things underneath. So it was pretty well placed in the first drop that you did. You can control Z a lot. Like, yeah, big, and then I usually put them in between the two sections, but that's a detail. One of the things that I will give you some of you know what I'm about to say. I'm seeing things that I never want to see. So you're using groups for most of your containers, and that is not a thing to do. Like, in the beginning, when you don't know, I understand that it makes no sense. Like, why is this bitch saying no groups? So what I come to do is this. If I have a set of 4 elements in a group, and if I have a set of 4 in a frame, when I'm taking my group and I'm then resizing it, you can see how the entire thing is just like flexing and all. If I'm taking a frame and I'm resizing the frame, my elements inside are staying true to their sizes and behave properly. Meaning that if for some reason I wanted that element to be stacked at the top right, bottom left, with my constraint in a frame, that means that now I can have an element that is like working perfectly and not have things resize themselves. Or this one, for example, it could be like this, so that you have the ability to extend, and it's always the same size, it's always good, and the constraint will help you. If you have groups, you don't have constraint available, so you will always end up with, at some point, not paying attention, removing something or extending a section somewhere on your website, and then one of your group is going to do that. And you didn't plan on doing that. So the amount of time that I've seen my own design in the beginning of Figma when I started using it, and I just resized the entire page to ensure that things were properly placed, all of that. Like, I'm thinking, if you're just using groups right here, let me see if I can do that. If I resize that page, you have a frame at the top right here. It's interesting. I think it's because you have your columns and grid and guide. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Anywho, that's the main reason. Groups are really not appreciated. A frame, yes. A frame or an outboard or something. So you could like 100% resize your content without paying attention, and then ending up with with stuff. So one of the things that I can recommend you to do in here is gonna be weird, but whatever. Let me do that again, because that would be easier, so that I can show you. So if you're here, I'm taking my first group and then I'm using a plugin that is called Simulator. In Simulator, I will say layer type, which is group right now. And so it will just take all of the elements that I have on my page that is called a group. I do selection, whatever. Once every group has been selected, I'm going to group at the top, switching that to frame. They are all frames now, but then you can see that inside of them you still have groups. So I'm using Command Option P to relaunch the same plugin, layer type, select, switch to something if I can. Apparently there is one of them that is either hidden or that is different, so I can't change that to a frame. So there is something in here that is either locked or a component that makes the entire thing not work. But that's a way to go faster if you really need to select everything. I wish they called frame divs, Denny. If they called it div, it would have been way much easy to understand. People would be like, "Oh yeah, a div, like in code. Yeah, 100%. Like that makes sense." Still knee high. Yeah. So that's the first thing. Though I'm saying frames right now, but I would rather you use not frames. I would rather you use it to lay out frames rather than just single frame. So Shift A will give you the ability to get auto layout frames in no issues, no time, no whatever. And so what an auto layout frames give you is the ability to change some spacing in between your elements or automate all of that, meaning that if for some reason that feature section has just one line, everything will stack together and it will be much better. So when you have your elements in your design here, the only thing like that's one of the issue. Like for example, this block of text is fixed in its height when it should just hug the content, and then the rest of the content should go up. So in order to achieve auto layout frames, ensure that you have the thing that are supposed to be together selected, and then just create a group or frame from it. And you can switch that into an auto layout, or you can directly do Shift A. GK? No. But yeah, you have a lot of misalignment issues. Misalignment issues is a non-true thing, but non-automated issues. So I understand. Because it's not seizing the stream. So,
Everyone's in horny jail.
that's sad. Story, that's sad. So yeah, automating auto layout will help you in the long run. A lot of designers, apparently GK as well, is or are not using auto layout. No, Chris.
Anonymous gifted Trump as Jesus reincarnated a subscription. An anonymous user gifted a tier 1 sub to Trump as Jesus reincarnated.
I mean, money for me, I'm fine. I disagree, but yeah. Also, we are at minus 59 out of 160. Is that true? Is that the truth? Is that the... No, it was there, but yeah, whatever. Kind of weird. Nonetheless, going back there, once you have auto layouted most of your content, that will um, help you to then give you the ability to resize things. So let me just do that in the header because right now, right, that's way too much content. Bitch. Cool. So if this is your current homepage size thingy, whatever, and then you wanted to make it smaller or make it bigger, if you do that, nothing happens. So with an auto layout base, you can have this thing as an auto layout here. And so now I can say that this element is going to check left and right. So if I'm resizing my frame, you can see that my header is going to resize itself kind of properly according to the size of the screen. I mean, yeah, we need to start somewhere, Danny. So that's some of the benefits of auto layout. You can do that with constraint without auto layout. That's an option as well, but it's just kind of weird to achieve with just constraint. Like it's this one's going to be on this side, this one's going to be on the other side, and this one's going to be stay like top and center, and it's going to achieve the same thing. But you can see because this element is a fucking group and not a frame, it's flexing all of the content, which is weird. Anywho. So it's making it responsive really easier or easily, and then that way you can say, okay, so I have my full size 1920, and I have my small size at 1440, and I have my really small size at 1000, and then underneath I need to break that layout to something that makes more sense for tablet, for example. So it might be like this, and then my content in the center is going to be somehow not automatic. It's going to be like, I don't know, 16 probably. That's easier to understand, but then at some point it's going to be too small, so we need to remove that and change it to an icon. So yeah. Yeah. Most people are going to do that manually in the beginning because they don't know that you can use the features that Figma have. I can do the logo bigger, yes. So that said, if you want like a bit of a if you want a bit of a an insight, I think I did. Let me check. I think I did. I'm unsure right now. I think I did one with auto layout base thingy. I think this thing, it's a 5-minute base on auto layout and how it works, which is a scripted video. I hate it, but whatever. If you want to watch that, it's basically what I just said, but in a more formal way of presenting the data. It's good. So that's a good idea to understand like your layouts, and then the other pages you are reusing the same header, which I really appreciate, in a way that is consistent across pages. So that makes sense to me. And Yeah, no, your layout is good. As I said, your text might need a bit more line height, specifically on the bigger paragraphs, because more text, more space makes more sense. Uh, and then ensure that you have some data from the clients that you have to ensure that the text that you are showcasing is good or is aligned with what they want to do or have. Otherwise, that would be weird. Other than that, pretty good. Other than that, pretty good. Really simple layout, and it will always work. So nothing really bad about it. I'm seeing things like some of your elements have rounded corners, some of your elements have non-rounded corners, and I would highly recommend you to pick one, either rounded, either not rounded, but not both. And yeah, let me show you though. I think it's on my recent. So, yeah. So if you are using auto layout, that's the thing. If you're using auto layout and everything is defined properly, and you have like a section and you know that you need a secondary section underneath, so we'll just duplicate that. You can see that the page is going to grow based on that content. Let's say that that specific element is supposed to be one of the other blocks that I already have. Then you can see how the page is growing. So going with that in mind when you are creating your sub pages will help you to go way faster, because you can have like components for your footer, components for your newsletter at the bottom, components for your hero header that has all the things that you need. Like for example, I don't know, I just wanted the card one, or I just wanted the simple shapes option because that's easy, that's all I need. And then the second one is going to be my center option for my features. This thing is going to be something a bit different. I don't know, maybe it's my pricing right here. It's a simple pricing elements. All of that with components will make you go faster. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm seeing that you have your footer here, 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 that is the same. And this one has an issue with the closeness of some text, and these ones don't. The main reason is because one of them is in French and the other one isn't. And so with that in mind, with that component being a component, with that element, with the newsletter being a component as well, you can reuse it here. All of that. You just have your blocks to be used. And so let's say I wanted, instead of this, I needed I don't know if we have like a newsletter thing. Yes, we do. Right here, you have your newsletter section at the bottom. Maybe your pricing is not necessary on this one. And you can see how it's going to go faster compared to the time that you probably have already taken to transfer elements and change the layouts of that. So yeah. I need a pee. 1 second. That was music. I didn't hear the music. I was taking a shit. I'm looking for the drum and bass playlist on Epidemic Sound, but they just have like 100 songs. And I wish we had more. So yeah, going back to what I was saying on this thing, it's pretty good. You have like good layout, good placement. The spacing is pretty okay. Most of the thing is gonna be like for the text. I would highly recommend you to check your line height. But yeah, uh, First design manager with 22 years of experience used the pen tool to design components. Only the pen tool. That's a bit sad, but why not? Yeah, that song is kind of weird. You can't hear it anyways. And then you have your style guide right here with your components right there. So that's pretty good. That's a good start. And if your fonts and typography are defined, um, yeah, if these are font styles that you already have from that, I think this is a potential template that you are using as a base. Then you can just change the values here. Yeah, I think it is. It should be good. I'm gonna say that now because I feel like a lot of people disagree with me when I'm saying that, but yeah. Templates, the greatest invention we have made in design. So don't feel weird for using a template or like not legit enough because you are using a template. Like templates are a speedy hack thing. It's just great. So use templates. And then once the thing that will happen, as long as you use templates long enough, is you figured that some of the templates that you bought or use are not as complete as you need them most of the time. They are missing like teeny tiny elements here and there. And then
Mom,
you do like me and you create your own. So yeah, use templates. But mine is just a UI kit. It's not a template based stuff. It's the same. It's the same idea. Like at some point, you will create your own. If you like design and you enjoy it, you will create your own thing. Sorry, I need that. God damn it! Thank you, DK. I appreciate that. Basically, you need templates in the beginning, like 100%. You need to be able to create things at the speed at which your managers and or your boss is requiring you to do. And when you're just starting, you don't have that speed just yet. So, like trying to get the speed once you have a template like right after, that's better than trying to do the thing first and then no, I'm just gonna use the that I love that. Yeah. God damn it. I hurt my finger this morning. Not even this morning, technically, but whatever. Um, Sorry. I apologize. I did nothing. You forgot one word, Sony. All your design dream crushed. Yes, 100%. Like him, what do you mean? Can we question? And Duke, hi, good morning. I feel like I missed some stuff. Also, Chris, don't. She's good though. The creation of the um, clothing or lack thereof, great. Though there is a lot of touchy, weird activities with other creators, which I don't know. I don't know who to trust. I have actress that I've used her fabrics that have said things that are not really positive about the person, and I have the opposite as well. I have both sides, so I don't know. It's like it depends. What is your thing? What do you want me to roast and rant about the design? Which design you want? And yes, it is evening in Japan. It is like 8. I'm streaming after work, even though I'm not working just yet. So I'm streaming at from 6:30 officially to somewhere along the line of like 9:10 ish. Um, the Omada website. Can you give me a link? Predator rat. Danny, you missed the word. The second word is important if you want to take a look at Google. Don't. I mean, it's an 18 plus stream anyway, so we're fine. But yeah. Also, one thing. I do not do roast or help or any design related stuff on something that is not your own. So if it's like, unless it's a government website, but if that's someone else's work, I'm not touching it. If it's your work, I can talk about it. But that's not your work. So, no, I know. I mean, you've been in the Figma file, so I know that it's your work. That's the thing. Like, so for the mouse sleeve transition, should I do dissolve, ease out? Ha. You can keep the easy in and out or the same bounce as a just a reverse of the animation. That would be, I think that would be my recommendation, Denny. So you get the same transition, um, and and that way it's just a reverse, and that's easy to implement for the dev. It's easy for anyone. Need to go to disabled state after about 200 milliseconds. Why? And I'm not complaining about product. I'm testing product and giving my thoughts. Like right now, you want me to take a look at a website that is not yours, that is for a game that I know. I mean, I know the logo of the top section. Like I've seen that in the past, so I know. Um, and I don't see why you say that, Denny. I don't see why you have the disabled state. You mean the going back to the initial state? I think it's a pretty good website overall. The font are great. The content is nice. The illustration are on point to the latest trend of illustrations. And then that big ass Omada at the bottom. One thing that I would like that is weird is the fact that you have content that I will never see. Like I can't see that guy's face. Have you never seen a game like him? Because games in general are just gambling apps. But then again, gambling is absolutely fine. Like gambling is a really good thing. You've known me so far. You know how I work. Um, Natural selection is really good, and financial natural selection is really good. So gambling addiction on people, fine. I don't give a shit. Like if you don't recognize that you are about to destroy your entire life by spending money on dumb shit, that's on you. I don't care. I don't care. Um, have a good rest of your day, Chico. Thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate it. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. So I don't know, and it doesn't seem like a gambling game for kids at all. It just seems like an app that lets you play games and win stuff. Um, yeah, You can always control the addiction. There is things to control the addiction. You can't recognize that you have an addiction in the beginning until it becomes detrimental to your health, to your livelihood, to your finances. But when that happens, you know that you have an addiction, and then it's your decisions to not take the steps to remove the addiction from your environment. Like, for example, 2 days ago, yesterday, technically not even 2 days ago, yesterday, I bought a box of chocolate, Belgian chocolates, real good. Small packages, because Japan, obviously. Single package with one square of chocolate in it. Real good. I know myself when there is something sweet in the house, I'ma eat the thing. The box of chocolate is like a box of 25. You're supposed to eat like one or two. I eat the 25 in like an hour because that's how I do things. But I know how I eat stuff and how I'm addicted to sweet stuff. So my steps to not do that is there is no much gummies, candies, um, like stuff that I can control in my house. Like it's not in my house. If it's in my house, I would eat all day. And I'm taking the steps to ensure that it's not in my house. Yeah. And then he's right there. Like it's how most thing works. Um, Chris, I think you haven't seen the behemoth of a picture that I took some months ago. Do I have it still? I think I do. It's supposed to be somehow. That was my fridge. Yeah, that was my fridge 8 months ago ish. I mean, June 4th. So, uh, and then last week or 2 weeks ago, I had white monsters delivered as well here, and my fridge looked the same. Now there is nothing left in there. So, yeah, didn't take a picture of it though. But yeah, that happens. So yeah, like the addiction thing that you seem to take personally, because probably there is someone that you know that has an addiction that they can't get out of, or you have an addiction that you can't get out of, probably. Um, I I don't give a shit. Like I understand that some people need help, but if you, as the addicted person, cannot recognize that you need help or that you need to do something in order to not be in the addiction realm, natural selection, natural financial selection. I don't give a fuck. No, it's not denial at all. I know. That's what I'm saying. I know exactly what I do. I know exactly how I behave when I have sugar in my house. What the fuck do I do to avoid that? No sugar in my house. If I mean, not even sugar, it's food. If I have food in my house, I'm eating everything. No real distinction. If I have something to eat, at some point I will be bored, I will eat something. Default behavior of me. The green are fine. The white one are the best one for me. The mango one is okay. Shit. Damn. Um,
Rasanomera is now following.
Rasanomera. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? I've started to do some changes, Stony, on the homepage. I mean, on the Figma file earlier today, and it kind of fucked some stuff. But the landing page itself is currently in layout, so I'm gonna just move that back to not layout. So that you have access to that. Here. No, like I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You are putting words into my mouth, which I didn't. What I'm saying is, for trash parents, shouldn't be parents in the first place. So I have no real interest in helping at this type of thing. The parents that decide that putting an iPad on in the ends of their child to make them shut up, cool. If it helps, if it brings you peace of mind as the adult, perfect. Though, when your kid is gonna resent you when he's 18, when he's 20, and you're just gonna be left out in an hospice because that's what's gonna happen, don't complain. That's about it. Yeah. A laptop when he's 2, that's a bit early. So Stony, the thing that I was saying is these have been turned into square for some reason. So I need to fix that. I know why, but yeah, it's kind of sad. I don't. It's a pretty simple thing to fix, but goddamn. Sorry. The, I mean, layout is my mess, so I don't really mind um, having that kind of fucked up. That's not really an issue for me. But understand why are these not the right size? I think that fixes it. Yes. Kinda, yeah. Hmm. These are not supposed to be square. This is gonna be a 16 by 9, right? Yeah. It's probably gonna be that. And then we take that. Uh, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Those spots right here. We also have like a fucking motherboard flying around for no fucking reason. Um, ah, ah, oh, that's so bad. It is. It is. It is. I am not gonna lie on this one. It is a patchy beard. Oh, really? Can I do that? No. What happened? I said enter. Yeah. These are gonna be 2 by 3, and then these are gonna be. Why did I do that to myself? I don't know. It just happened. But also, it's easy to fix. Don't worry about it. Why orange, Denny? Why orange? That's my question to you every time. Why orange? I don't get it. Um, and daytime. God damn it. Ah, someone just want to not see Stoney's name, badge, thingy. You know, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. You have a fair point right there. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I understand. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do know what happened, but yeah. um, yeah. The you're gonna get hurt. You're a basic designer. Yes. You're becoming a regular designer, Denny. I'm sorry about that. My apologies. Um, 'cause, 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 I'm sorry. I mean, we cycle through, so don't worry about it. Like, it's just it means that you're just following the current trend. The current trend is going back to light mode, so people are like, "Oh yeah, light mode's better." Is it though? Is it? It's not. So yeah, but it's not a bad move. Like currently, being able to stand out with a light mode website makes sense. So fine with that. Um, I I I don't understand Quora. I mean, I understand the concept of Quora, but I don't understand Quora. The appeal of Quora. GK, I do agree with that. Yes. Jeannie, hi. Good morning. How is you? I feel like I made a mistake on this thing. Oh yeah, that's gonna be. Uh. Yeah. Then that's a weird way to put it, Denny, but yes. You Italian. I see. I see. Um, I think to me, it's most likely going to be somehow, somewhat, very simple. As in, if you like light mode, like light mode. If you like dark mode, like light mode, like dark mode. It's no, I have no issues with that. But it's just it's the current trend because, as you said with the lasagna, um, people have been working and playing and creating dark mode websites for the past 5, 6 years on steroids. So light modes are just a change of pace, and so people are interested in find it more appealing, which makes sense. Monographic high. Not really better contrast. It's just it depends. Because the thing that I'm seeing in light mode is landing pages have been, let me see, can I find that? Like this is a light mode landing page and it's fine. I wouldn't say that the contrast ratio and accessibility of their buttons is good, but it's not bad. Yeah, a lot of companies are currently, as I said, going back to light mode because it makes more sense. Like shit like this, makes more sense for what they're trying to achieve, and it just works. Like this one, this guy has a very, very, very cool landing page. I think it's this one. Yes. This is a new design subscription type of situation thingy. It's really simple. It's light mode. It works well. You have all of the current trending things that happens to your phones with like sans serif thing. The cute color that I used 3 years ago for everything. And it's great. Their whole system is really good. That integration of illustration is really cool as well. And we like it. They used to have the thing in dark mode at some point, and now they changed it back to this. It's really good. It's really good. So and the thing that we've done for White Panther is the same thing. We were working on the dark mode first. So we did that. It was fun and all that. And then she wanted the light mode, and we did the light mode. And at the end of the day, we both prefer how the light mode works or look. And we feel like it's better. So, you know, this fucking page is great. I like this page. Yeah, Figma today is kind of not the greatest. But yeah. What have I done with the SVG, the SVG for her landing page? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I want to recreate the whole website. I think I will probably do that on Tuesday. If I'm not dead by then, I don't know. But there is like a lot of mood boarding to do, which is an interesting process, and I think it could be pretty nice to have. I think it's because you don't have the right dark modes. Like, I'm sure you can find dark mode design inspiration that are exciting, like fun, lifelike, all that shit like this. Like that's pretty neat. This is a bit too brown for me, but the top section is really good. And that entire thing is really interesting, right? Overall, pretty cool website. But I agree that some of these websites will probably be like really simple. I am not on the joke. What is this? I'm gonna get content ID'd by YouTube for this. For fuck's sake. Yep. There was no sound. Oh, yeah. So yeah, Denny, dark mode is all pretty cool, but as we said, they have been like really overused and mostly linear copy, like linear app copies to ensure that they are still on trend and all that, which I kind of disagree with. It's not necessary. So if you want to build light mode stuff, do that. I see. I think we've seen this one last week. I think that doesn't load. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't load. That's a nice white Canva. God damn it. Apparently my website doesn't load um, on mobile. Kind of sad about that. Don't really know why, but apparently my website doesn't load on mobile. The other thing that happens is, I think it was, one second, um, Manographic. Um, the how can I say that? The contrast, accessibility, and all that. Sometimes you have some dark mode that are light dark and dark white. So you have like really low contrast on dark mode for some people, and then some people are doing like pure black and pure white, so that's high contrast. So I do understand your point. The website that doesn't seem to work is this one, which is kind of sad because it should work, but apparently they get like a white screen. Just sad. Yeah, I really need to add more content in there because yeah. Anywho, uh, I don't see how they could help, Denny. That's the thing. The the website loads for me on my Mac, on Chrome, on Arc, on Opera, on Firefox, on my phone, on Arc Search, on Arc, on Chrome, on Opera, on Safari, on my Android phone, on Chrome, and on the native Oppo browser. So I don't understand how some people can't load the fucking website. I have like all the options. It just doesn't work. So yeah. You hate the exporter with its fixed size. What do you mean? I don't think so. That's the thing that is weird because it's Salma that doesn't have access on her phone, and she's using Brave. I don't know if it's Brave on iPhone or if it's Brave on something else. But yeah, and then someone else on Twitter had a bit of an issue last uh, 2 weeks ago, I think. when someone asks, like, share your landing page and I will give you feedback, whatever, blah, 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 I forgot. And it's, I don't know. I asked and didn't really have much. Trying to find the thing in particular, but that. Which is kind of weird. They browse on Chrome, which is technically the same thing as me on iPhone. So I don't understand. I don't understand. And it loads for me as well. So yeah. I appreciate it. I think it's Spline that is fucking it up. Obviously. But yeah. That's also why I think that where we were a second ago, like here, I think that no, not there, sorry, here. I think that the website with the stair, this one is made in Spline, and that's why it doesn't load, which is weird because it should, but it doesn't. And I can't like do that. So yeah, give me insight. I load in the hero section. It's total black. I scroll down and I can see the texture of this video just fine. The hero section is total black. For you? On your phone? Can you send me a screenshot? Would love to see that. Yep. Does it... If you reload the page, what happened? Like if you just scroll down and reload. Does it do anything? If it's pure black, that kind of makes sense in a way. In the sense that the spline environment is a pure black background, but the black is not exported. So that might be the reason. I mean, it's a transparent thing. It's a pure black transparent thing, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know. What browser are you using? Are you using Chrome on there as well? Yeah. It's blind not loading. Oh, fuck. God damn. Well, we'll find a fix one day, maybe. I don't. I could do that. Yeah, it would be better, to be honest, because there is no space on mobile to display anything. So would probably be better to just have like an image as a background. Would help. 1 second. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Could do that. We could do that. Alright. The headache is way too strong right now. I need to go lay down, sadly. We just have Toggobit that is live, which is doing some Rust, and I think I'm gonna send you there, unless someone has someone specific to propose. Stony, do you have someone that you want to raid? Ah. You too sleepy? Cool. No! Sorry. I clicked the wrong person. Alright. I hope my headache goes well. Also, it's been here since Sunday morning, so I'm used to it. It's a thing that happens to me often, so you know, shit happens. Anywho, if you've been here and you enjoyed the stream, please click the follow button. You know the drill. That's the usual thing. If you want to find the VODs, they are going to be on YouTube. As one shot, you can go on the Discord if you want to ask question when I'm not live, which when I'm not live is during the weekend, and I should be back on Monday at 6:30 Japan time, whatever. And if you want to stalk me online, you can also follow me everywhere else. During that, I said a lot of shit.
Mom?
And yeah, if you want to give me money, you can sub to the channel, but that's not necessary. You can just buy one of the UI kit. That will be highly appreciated. And then, yeah, I don't have ADHD meds, so that's good. We'll see. Anywho, have fun, take care, eat something, drink something, be kind to each other. You know the drill. Copy the raid message if you want to, and I will see you soon. Bye.